Jed.
To tell the romantic history of Jed Arkley, I should at length come to the story of a feud. For long I have steered clear of this rock, but at last I have reached it and must go over it. Driven by my desire to chronicle the stirring events of 31 years of a life truly lived. But this is not the story of a feud between two people. Rather, is the story of a feud between a man and his soul. But before we get into that, let us start where all stories must, indeed, are required to start. The beginning. (1973) was a special year. A world of body socks, greasers, and muscle cars. A world in which a young couple from the mean streets of Bellevue, Washington met, fell in love, porked, and had a child. Nay, had two children. Two children born of the same egg. Gemelos, Malpachicas, or as we call it here in the United States, twins. Alfred and Harriet Arkley spawned a demon couplet. And holy twosome. Todd and Jed Arkley greeted the world stage with unblinking eyes and unyielding hearts. Sadly, Todd quickly passed away back into the spirit zone in which he had just arrived. The doctor said it was a case of too much, too soon. But Jed, this is where our story barely begins. The first 10 years passed by rather uneventfully. Standard issue prodigy shit. Suzuki violin lessons, advanced level physics, memorization of Bach's most difficult fugues. Some called him precocious. Some called him a stupid little fucktard. But no one denied his talents. But at 10 years of age, this little wonder met his match. 1983. Two words can sum up 1983. Cocaine. And a certain preteen's two nostrils were more than willing to partake. Tits, blowing tits. That's how the 80s went for this young 10 to 16-year-old. Endless parties, endless after parties, and endless post-after parties with a life. And he was the life of the party. But every party must end. And when a party ends with the onset of adolescence, there's hell to pay. You try withdrawing from a $3,000 a week coke habit while alternately masturbating and popping zits. Try! Seriously, try. Naturally, the 1980s ended in 1989. So what happened after 1989? Pretty much the same shit that happened before 1989. And for a too old for his age Jed Arkley, a boring decade was just fine. But before he knew it, here it comes. The 21st century. Arkley emerged from his secret and shadowy 1990s life to greet the year 2000 with a smile. A new chance. A new promise. After the Y2K scare passed, Arkley decided to recommit his soul to its earlier promise. Classical music? Physics? Or something entirely new? What would it be? And then, it dawned on him. Jed Arkley, 1973, 2004.